This is the Vishakhapatnam station of Akashvani. In tonight's Talk in English program, we bring you a talk on navigating personal and professional life changes. Talking on the subject is Sri Roshan Nisar.
A professor was once invited to speak at a conference. No sooner did he start than he was disturbed by the rather vociferous snoring of a man sitting in the very front row. The sight of this man snoring away to his glory annoyed the speaker so much that he yelled at the person sitting next to the man asleep and asked him to wake him up immediately. The man, in all composure, replied, "Sir, it was you who put him to sleep, so why don't you yourself wake him up?" I hope my speech is not going to have a soporific effect on you, and I sure do hope you're not in a somnolent state right now. This is a poem that I penned a long time ago. The river flows, it does not stay, through golden dawns and skies of grey. It carves the earth with quiet grace, yet never holds a single place. The leaves will turn, the winds will call, the blossoms bloom, then softly fall. The sun will set, the stars will rise, each moment new before our eyes. Do not fear the fleeting tide, for change is life, our trusted guide. It shapes, it bends, it breaks, it mends. A journey's start yet never ends. Embrace the shift, the unknown way, for night must pass to birth the day. And in the ebb and in that flow, a wiser heart will learn to grow. The philosopher Heraclitus said, "No man steps into the same river twice." He implied that change is constant and inevitable. So, if change is inevitable, we will have to necessarily learn how to cope with it. Change is one of life's few constants. It comes in many forms: career shifts, personal challenges, technological advancements, and societal transformations. Yet, despite its inevitability, we often resist it. Today, let's explore how we can embrace change and navigate it effectively in both our personal and professional lives. Why do we resist change? Psychologists say that human beings are wired to seek stability and avoid uncertainty. This is rooted in our survival instincts. Our ancestors thrived by sticking to familiar environments and routines because the unknown often meant danger. Today, that instinct remains. But instead of fearing wild animals, we fear job loss, relationship changes, or career shifts. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, perceives change as a threat and triggers the fight or flight response. This explains why we feel anxious, stressed, or even resistant when major changes occur in life. But here's the insight: not all uncertainty is bad. In fact, change is often the pathway to growth. So, how can we rewire our brains to embrace change rather than fear it? Let's look at how we can embrace change effectively. The first is the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. The renowned psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the concept of fixed versus growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, "This is how things have always been. I can't change. I won't change." A growth mindset, on the other hand, says, "This is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve, so I may be better." People with a growth mindset see setbacks as learning experiences. They ask, "What can I actually take from this change to become better?" The lesson? Next time change happens, don't ask, "Why me?" Instead, ask, "What can I actually learn from this experience?" Number two, the comfort zone versus the learning zone. Psychologists identify three zones that we operate in. Number one, the comfort zone. Number two, the fear zone. And number three, the learning zone. The comfort zone, where things feel easy but growth is limited. The fear zone, where change feels overwhelming, leading to self-doubt. The learning zone, where discomfort turns into growth and we eventually adapt. Most people resist change because it pushes them into the fear zone. However, staying in discomfort long enough moves you into the learning zone where real progress happens. The lesson? Next time change makes you uncomfortable, remind yourself it's not a setback, it's the beginning of something new. Number three, the adaptation principle. We get used to everything. Have you ever feared a big life change only to realize months later that you adapted just fine? This is because of the adaptation principle. Our brain has a built in ability to adjust to new situations. Studies show that even major life events, winning the lottery or facing adversity, only impact our happiness temporarily. Over time, we return to a baseline level of well being. This means that no matter how challenging a change feels right now, you will adapt and it will become your new normal. The lesson learned? Stop fearing the worst case scenario, for your brain is already designed to handle it better than you think. Change is your greatest teacher. Every major transformation, personal or professional, teaches resilience, creativity, and adaptability. If we train our minds to see change as a teacher rather than as an enemy, we unlock endless possibilities for growth. So the next time change knocks on your door, instead of resisting, ask yourself, how can this make me better? That single question can shift your entire perspective on life. So, don't fear change. Change isn't the enemy, it's an invitation to grow and adjust so life may continue. Let's take an example that every single person listening to this can relate to: the COVID 19 pandemic. Let's look at how COVID 19 changed us all. Before 2020, many of us had predictable routines: going to the office, meeting friends, traveling, and enjoying life without restrictions. Then suddenly, overnight, the world shut down. Borders closed, offices became empty, and we were all locked inside our homes. It was a moment of massive uncertainty. We feared for our health, our jobs, and even our future. But look at what happened next. We all adapted. Companies transitioned to remote work. Schools and colleges moved online. Families connected through video calls. Businesses that had never considered digital transformation shifted to e commerce. Some people started new businesses from home. Others upskilled themselves, learning new languages, coding, or creative skills. We saw how resilience and adaptability became the defining qualities of success during that time. COVID 19 was an extreme example of forced change, but it proved one thing: no matter how uncertain the situation is, we are capable of adapting and growing. So, the next time life throws unexpected change your way, remember you've already survived one of the biggest global shifts in modern history. You are stronger than you think you are. You have already coped with one of the greatest changes that could ever be. So, trust your ability to cope with the change that currently confronts you. I want to share a powerful and insightful story with you: the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. When a bamboo seed is planted, nothing happens in the first year. No sprout, no sign of growth. The second year, still nothing. The third year, still no progress. It's frustrating, right? But then, in the fifth year, something incredible happens. The bamboo tree suddenly shoots 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Now, what was happening underground for those 5 years? The roots were growing deep, strengthening, preparing for the moment of rapid growth. The lesson? Sometimes change doesn't show immediate results, but that doesn't mean growth isn't happening. Whether it's career transitions, personal struggles, or learning new skills, trust that every challenge is building your foundation for something bigger and something better. Let's dwell on embracing change in one's professional life. Number one, the mindset shift. A few years ago, a client of mine lost his job due to automation. Instead of resisting, he upskilled himself. He learned data analytics and landed an even better role. Today, he thanks that moment of uncertainty. Lesson: when faced with professional change, ask yourself, how can I turn this into an opportunity? 2. Adaptability and learning. Technology is evolving, industries are shifting, and companies are restructuring. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented, but the most adaptable. So, keep learning. Whether it's AI, digital skills, or leadership qualities, staying relevant is key. Be proactive. If change is coming, prepare in advance rather than react later. Number 3, building a support system. No one navigates change alone. Seek mentors, connect with peers, and be open to feedback. Networking isn't just for job opportunities, it's for learning how others have adapted to change. Now, we'll move to embracing change in personal life. Number 1, accepting emotional transitions. Life brings unexpected changes, losing a loved one, moving into a new city, or making a major life decision. It's all right to feel uncertain, but what's important is to process it constructively. Acknowledge your emotions: fear, anxiety, or even excitement. Don't suppress change, embrace it. It's a signal for personal growth. 2. The power of perspective. A wise man once said, every setback is a setup for a comeback. And I have seen this happen many a time. If a relationship changes, perhaps it's making space for something better. If a career path shifts, maybe it's pushing you toward a more fulfilling direction. Perspective shapes experience. Change what you tell yourself, and change becomes easier. Number 3, creating stability amidst change. One of the best ways to handle change is to anchor yourself in habits that keep you grounded. Exercise, meditation, journaling, whatever works for you. Keep small aspects of life constant even when everything else is shifting. Change is not the end of your story, it's just the beginning of something grand and something new. Embrace it, navigate it, and most importantly, grow through it.
You have just heard a talk on navigating personal and professional life changes by Sri Roshan Nisar. With this, we come to the end of tonight's Talk in English program, which came to you from the Vishakhapatnam station of Akashvani.